Back to this evening in 25 minutes, there's the Financial Week, and then at 11:45, great political speeches. Charles Wheeler will be looking back to J.F. Kennedy's inaugural speech in 1961. That's great political speeches tonight in 45 minutes. And now on Radio 4 at the end of another week.
And now, purely in the public interest, and so you can judge for yourself, we bring you this recorded extract from a very important phone call.
Oh, Mumsy, it was awful. All those pictures of one in the papers showing one's mumpers. I mean, think of the dosh one could have got if they just asked one to pose. Him? One won't be seeing him anymore. He's only interested in one bally thing. Yes, money. Well, he is a financial advisor after all. And he's being thoroughly beastly. I mean, do you know what he's saying now? Yeah, I mean, he's telling everyone that I gave him athlete's tongue.
That phone call was recorded by Mr. P. Wright, who would now like to apologize to all concerned.
Week ending September the 11th. A look back at the week's news with David Tate, Sally Grace, Alistair McGowan and Jeff McGibbon. David Owen sent to mediate in Bosnia.
Dr. Owen, thank God you're here at last, a politician with the objectivity and political will to sort out the Bosnian situation.
It's Lord Owen, actually.
Sorry?
Perfectly all right. Now, what seems to be the trouble here?
Well, Lord Owen, ancient ethnic feuds are boiling to the surface. We desperately need your European Community Yugoslavian Peace Conference.
Actually, I don't know if you got my press release, but as of 3 p.m., I now lead the breakaway European Community Yugoslavian Peace Conference Social Democrats. You know, for far too long, the Peace Conference has been locked in the old ideas. It's time to break the mold.
Yes, but what will you do about our poor Bosnian peoples? Take, for example, this poor old woman cringing in the doorway, reeking of humiliation and despair.
Ah, yes. May I introduce my colleague, Shirley Williams?
Hello.
Oh, hello, yes. And what are you going to do about ethnic cleansing?
We'll be taking a very tough stand.
Actually, David, I think we should take a conciliatory stand.
Thank you very much, Shirley. You're already undermining my position as leader. Honestly, when I think back to those heady days an hour and a half ago when we started the European Community Yugoslavian Peace Conference, Social Democrats full of hope and idealism, and now it's all ending in bitterness and acrimony.
What was that? A Serb sniper!
It's a brick with a message tied to it. Dear David and Shirley, I have now formed the European Community Yugoslavian Peace Conference Progressive Democratic Alliance with David Steele. Yours, Roy Jenkins.
Hello? Yes? Wonderful news! David! There's a definite ceasefire. We must all throw away our weapons.
Sod that. Eat lead, Jenkins, you treacherous, claret-swilling git.
Hezbollah win election victory.
I'm here in the Lebanon to talk to the head of the Hezbollah campaign team to ask about the campaign tactics that brought them victory.
We organized a couple of rallies, let off some balloons, but it was the door-to-door canvassing that really clinched it for us.
Yes?
Are you voting Hezbollah?
Yes.
Correct. You live. Supermarkets of crime revealed after police seize weapons and counterfeit currency.
Hello. I'd like to buy some illicit goods, please.
Certainly, sir. What would you like?
Oh, hold on. I've got a list here. Okay. I'll take £10,000 worth of counterfeit £50 notes, 20 fake passports, and 25 birth certificates.
We've got a special offer on birth certificates at 3 for the price of 2.
Oh, right. Better make that 20 then.
Right.
Plus, 18 pounds of Semtex, 5 Kalashnikov assault rifles, and a car-breaking kit for the kids.
Right. Would you like those wrapped?
Now, I'll use them now.
Okay. Anything else, sir?
Yeah, how much are those fake police cars?
Oh, I'm afraid we don't stock fake police cars, sir.
British rail staff to be taught to recognise bombs.
Right, you've seen a package or parcel on the train platform. You suspect it might be a bomb. What is the first thing you should do?
Give it a kick, see if it makes a clunk sound.
Ignore it.
Mention it to one of your mates in the canteen a couple of days later.
No. Shouldn't the first thing you do be to inform the customers?
Who?
The public.
Huh?
The geezers on the platforms and trains aren't wearing BR uniforms.
What?
The passengers.
Right.
Yes. Now, how do you go about informing the public about the suspect package?
Oh, it's dead easy. You simply switch on the PA system like so, and speaking clearly, make your announcement. This Station now. Ladies and gentlemen.
Good. Good.
Following the sale by airline Lufthansa of some of the first-class passenger seats from its obsolete aircraft, buyers of the chairs complain that neighbours keep popping in, sit next to them, and vomit all over the carpet.
Several members of the House of Lords expressed outrage today when they learnt that Madonna's new book was a frank depiction of her sexual fantasies, featured bondage and bare-breasted lesbians, and was not on sale until next month.
British Rail investigators, looking into the reasons why one of their trains was not derailed last weekend, confirm that the vandals used the wrong type of benches.
So, my little sweetie pops, just you hang on, and Mr. Snookums will be with you as soon as one can, and we can talk and talk, and then maybe one will gently reach for your...
Charles, is that on the phone?
Just one's estate manager, Diana. We were discussing...
Don't you lie to me, you swine. I can tell you're talking to Kew Gardens again. You bastard! Where's that display cabinet?
Oh, crikey.
That conversation was eavesdropped by Mr. M. Oldfield, who is now ashamed of himself.
All right, chap. Settle down now. Let's get on with picking the England squad for this year's tour, shall we?
Yes, we should do.
Right, well, obviously Gooch.
Oh, Gooch, yes, Gooch, yes. He's the one with the moustache, isn't he?
Yes, that's the one. He'll be captain. Captain Gooch.
Gooch.
Right. Yeah, there he's on the list. Now,
He's on the list.
who else?
Well, maybe we've got to pick more. I thought that was it.
Oh, no, Sir Nigel. We've got to pick a whole team.
Oh.
So, now the ban's been lifted on certain players, do we select them? I'm thinking of Gatting here.
Well, I think so, yes. I mean, he does know some pretty good songs for the plane journey over there, and of course the fellow's terrific fun in the hotel.
And what's more, his name rhymes with batting. Those it make it easier for us to remember which position to play him in. And it's good for the newspaper headlines with good batting, Gatting, and Gatting has been batting.
Yes, good. Right. Well, he's in. And what about, Gower? Yes,
well,
I agree.
yes.
He does look a bit sissy,
Yes.
doesn't he, with his curly blondie hairdo.
right.
Don't want that sort playing for England, do
Oh,
we?
no.
And his name rhymes with flower. I didn't know puff.
Yeah.
I can see it now. Gower picks a flower.
Flower, yes.
Nowhere near as good as brilliant batting from Gatting.
No, you're right.
No,
very
you're
good.
quite right.
Yes.
So we're agreed there's no place for a has-been like Gower.
Right.
We'll pick someone who's tried and tested and can be relied on to pile up the runs in Test cricket.
Yes.
Graham Hick.
Yeah.
No place for Jack Russell.
We don't want any little dogs getting under our feet, do we?
No.
Happy things. Right. So it's just left to fill the final place with someone no one's heard of. Right.
yes.
Think of a name.
Paul?
Good. Now, surname?
Taylor, perhaps?
Good. Is there a Paul Taylor playing in it?
Yes, he plays for North Ends.
Okay, well, he's
Taylor.
in the team.
There
Right,
he is.
well, that's it. That's the cricket team picked. Now, let's pick the football squad.
Aye.
Any ideas?
Tommy Lawton.
Yeah, and that treble plays for Ackland. Have you seen this, Fizz? All these stories about El Dorado being scrapped.
I don't believe it, Bunny, my fat, balding, middle-aged husband.
Neither do I, my stunningly beautiful teenage bride. It's completely implausible.
Quite. Why would anyone want to do away with our sun, sea, and
Sangria.
Why would they want to do away with our sun, sea, and sandpaper paradise?
Well, it's the audience figures, dear. People just aren't watching.
Not because of bad acting, surely.
Oh, no, I don't think it's that. And in any case, it's just a rumour. Nobody's told us anything about it. I'm sure they wouldn't pull the plug without letting us know. Things can't be that bad.
Right. 1, 2, 5... No, start again. 1, 2, 4... Oh, no, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 5... No, oh, I don't know. I think I got about 10 GCSEs.
And it's Mellor now for Chelsea. David Mellor just inside the Spanish half. Lovely dribbling by the big man there. Oh, delightful. He caressed that beautifully. Mellor going at pace now. Fabulous close control for a big man. Oh, he's pulled it back for the flick in. The Spaniard thinks it's all over. It is now.
Oh.
Total commitment. It can only be a matter of time before we see these two in the top of the table clash.
There's a revolution going on in British radio broadcasting.
Classic FM is here at last, bringing some of the world's most beautiful music to ordinary people. Plus,
Margaret Howard.
Hello again. That was the music from the Hamlet cigar advertisement, otherwise known as Air on the G-String by Johann Sebastian Bach. And Bach, of course, is also the noise a dog makes. I had a dog once who could actually open any door in my house. Every door, of course, has a handle. And talking of handle, our next piece of music is The Messiah, in this timeless arrangement by the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra.
and now on Radio 4, it's time for Listen with Parent or Guardian, and the second episode of Enid Blyton's updated classic, 5 Become Politically Correct.
Last week, Julian, George, Dick, Anne and Timmy the dog had gone to visit their friend Sandeep, who lived on a council estate in Hackney.
Oh, I see. So that's what being a Hindu means. I must say it seems a jolly sensible religion.
I think I'm going to be a Hindu, Julian.
Good for you, George. I think we've all learnt that prejudice stems from ignorance and that knowledge of other cultures enriches all our lives.
Hurrah for multicultural integration.
Julian.
Good gracious, Dick. Whatever's the matter?
I have to talk to Julian. Ju, there's something really queer going on.
First of all, Dick, whatever you have to say can be addressed to everyone.
But, Ju, you're the leader.
No, Dick, if you remember, we agreed that my leadership was based upon an outmoded patriarchal system and that we should all assume equal collective responsibility for our micro-community.
Anyway.
And secondly, although you don't mean it, using the word queer might upset anyone of a homosexual persuasion, since it's acquired certain pejorative overtones. Far better to say odd or peculiar.
All right. Look, everybody, there's something really peculiar going on down by the disused warehouse.
You see, that's much better, you see.
Yes, well done, Dick.
And Baji, anyone?
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Hey, what about Krishna?
And Muhammad.
And Buddha.
And now we remember the life of Christopher Trace, one of the great children's broadcasters of our time, and, of course, the first ever Blue Peter presenter. Finding a fitting epitaph for such a man is not easy, but here's one I prepared earlier.
Hello, Carlos. Philip here. Look, it's about this confounded World Wildlife Fund hunting trip of ours.
Okay.
Well, it's all off, one's afraid. Bloody thing's been barely scratched.
Madre de Dios, but why? The red tape? The bureaucracy?
Yes, sort of. Looks like those management Johnnies have found a way of keeping Bally London Zoo open.
Caramba.
I don't know, damn shame. Seems we'll just have to go to Bally China if you want a chance of shooting a panda.
That tape was recorded by Mr. G. Blake, a retired businessman, who regrets listening in.
Following reports that a musical based on the life of Robert Maxwell is being planned, the cast of Moby Dick go back into rehearsal.
Children's TV presenters Maggie Philbin and Keith Chegwin split up, but are to remain the bestest of friends.
And London Zoo is saved from extinction when it is flown to China and forced to breed with another zoo.
Yes, very good, Mr. Coney. If you could just stand there, that's fine.
Jesus Snowden, I mean, you know, you can, call me Madonna.
Very well, Miss Madonna. Now, as you know, we've come here to the Sandringham Ballroom to shoot some stills for the new Laura Ashley US promotional campaign. So just, relax and we'll do a few poses. Off we go. That's it. Excuse me. I say hello.
Yeah, what?
Well, I didn't quite anticipate that you were only going to wear the Laura Ashley floral print dress for a few seconds before allowing that rather well-built young man to tear it off you and become rather familiar.
Oh, I get it, like it was too tame, huh? It was not explicit enough?
Well, that's not quite it, and I didn't actually think Laura Ashley drew a line in black PVC underpants.
You want me to take a more...
No, don't do that, please. Perhaps if we tried something else. If you stand by these Laura Ashley curtains here...
Okay, Sir Snowden, whatever you say.
Good. Now, remember, we're advertising tastefully designed linen fabrics. It's elegant, stylish, understated.
Elegant, stylish, understated. Okay, right.
Good. Now, off we go, that's it. Oh, dear.
The Gower controversy rages on.
Mr. Dexter, would you care to comment on the decision to leave David Gower out of the squad?
Well, I don't like to talk about why players haven't been picked, but suffice to say that in this case, age was a factor.
But surely Gower's only 35 and playing as well as ever.
Yes, that's true, but I'm nearly 60 and already completely gaga.
Mother Teresa of Calcutta pays secret visit to Birmingham.
Mother Teresa, you've done a lot of work for the poor and underprivileged in the most remote and inhospitable corners of the globe that have lacked even the most basic amenities. How does it feel to be visiting England?
It feels like I haven't left home.
English teaching in Britain. The crisis continues.
What's that you're reading, William?
Nothing, Mum, honest.
Look, it's Charles Dickens again, isn't it?
Oh.
Oh, I thought so. Dombey and Son. You said you were going to do some homework. Now get on with it.
Oh, right.
That's better. How do you expect to go anywhere if you won't study?
And when it got into the newspapers, one was distressed and saddened.
Of course you were, Your Majesty.
Ma'am will do. So one thought one's had a good run, but, well, it's time to end it.
No, it's not that bad, Your Majesty. Ma'am.
Don't interrupt. But one decided that it's because of the family that one is in this fix. So we want them all put down. Margaret, children, Philip.
All of them?
Quite. Is that a problem?
No, not at all. In fact, if I include them all on your tax return, you could well be in line for a nice little rebate.
That recording was supplied by Mr. G. Smiley, who would like to say how awfully ashamed he now feels.
Hello, I'm Dr. Mike Stamford.
And I'm Dr. Mary Phillips.
And we'd like to introduce you to our explicit guide to making sex videos, or everything you ever wanted to know about getting pornography past the censors, but were afraid to ask.
The first thing to remember is that anything is acceptable, as long as it feels right, and as long as you call it educational.
Secondly, don't just rush in. Get to know your equipment and how it works. Then set the mood by dimming the lights, lighting a few candles, and then filling the room with a large camera crew.
Thirdly, enjoy your video making. And once you've finished, you don't have to roll over and go to sleep. You can go on to make a sequel.
Fourthly, it's not how long your video is, it's what you do with it. The techniques of your marketing manager are all important.
Yes. Experiment by placing your video in different positions around the shop. Don't be ashamed of your video. Learn to love it.
We hope this guide will help you to improve your video making and make it more fulfilling. The more you do it, the better it will become for you and your bank manager. Hello and welcome to Police Watch, yet another programme in which we ask you, the public, to do the police's job for them. Our first item today concerns two American tourists, Teresa and Chris. They are currently in Trafalgar Square and would like to know the way to Madame Tussauds.
Can you help? If so, please ring. And remember, all calls are in the strictest confidence.
Next, news of a robbery last night in Birkenhead. Apparently, two men with stockings over their faces broke into 7 Milkwood Road, Oxton, through a window, tied up the inhabitants, a married couple, and helped themselves to a number of electrical appliances before leaving by the front door.
If you live in the Birkenhead area, the police would like your help. Could you please go round to the house, untie the couple, get their statement, dust the room for fingerprints, and look for clues? Oh, and if you could solve the crime as well, that would be great.
And finally, the Metropolitan Police are looking for a white, middle-aged man, at least 5 foot 10 inches tall and with short, tidy hair. They'd like him to go on Crime Watch-type programs for them. Apparently, they can't be bothered to do this anymore either. Good night.
Okay, Clinton. I'll see your promises of prosperity and raise you no more taxes.
Not much of a gambler, are you, George?
Huh.
I'll raise your taxes and point out your weaknesses on foreign policy.
Well, I'll see that and raise you parading my wife in front of the electorate.
Okay. I'll bring out my wife and raise you playing the saxophone at rallies and looking a little bit like Kennedy.
Well, I've got my wild card, Harry S. Truman.
I've got Harry S. Truman, too.
Snap! Right. I'll call.
Go ahead.
Okay. You're a liberal, you are.
Am not.
You're too.
Am not.
You are too.
Not too.
Evening, Norma.
Evening, John. Have you heard about David? Apparently he wore a Chelsea strip underneath his suit to excite his lover.
Yes. I have heard that story.
You support them too, don't you, John? I bet you're wearing a sexy Chelsea strip underneath your suit. Just for me.
Not exactly. But I am wearing something rather special.
It's an England strip, isn't it? Even better. I hope you've got a captain's armband too. Let's have a look. Striker.
Careful, Norma.
John, you're wearing another suit underneath your suit.
Yes. As Prime Minister, I thought it would be appropriate to dress as a football manager.
Good night, John.
No, Norma, wait. I'm wearing another suit under this one. It's a navy blue suit.
Customs officers who seized £6 million worth of drugs hidden inside a racing car were ordered to search any other vehicles which claimed to be built for speed.
After Kevin Maxwell was declared Britain's biggest bankrupt, a spokesperson from the Guinness Book of Records revealed that he is in fact only the second biggest, as the British Treasury is ahead by several billions.
Claims that the NHS has too many managers were today strongly denied by the branch manager of the executive officer of the Regional Director's Office.
A spokesman for the government of the South African region of Ciskei explained last night why 28 innocent protesters were massacred.
We ran out of bullets.
And finally tonight, reports in Sunday's newspapers that the BBC plans to axe 8,000 jobs are described by the corporation as wild speculation. This is Sally Grace, weekending on the Pavement Embankment Underground Station. Thank you very much.
Weekending featured David Tate, Sally Grace, Alistair McGowan and Jeff McGiven. The sketches were written by Michael Dines, Pete Bradshaw, Paul Powell, Rant, Clive Coleman, Andy Clifford, Jerry Godin, Steve Johnson, Peter Steggles, Al Murray, Ben Moore, Hugh Rycroft, Georgia Pritchett, Jim Walton, Anil Gupta, Neil Dixon, Russell Waiton, Bob and Barbara Boulton, Ben Francis, Andy Riley, Kevin Cecil, D.A. Barham, Peter Hill, Stephen Allman, Crispin Belcher and Danny and Peter Welsh. The producer was Jon Naismith, and he's thoroughly ashamed about it.
And before the next programme, there's just time to reply to those of you who have phoned in to comment on the complete absence in our broadcasts of faulty CDs, broken tapes, mispronunciation and awkward silences. Classic FM would like to apologise for this break in our normal transmissions. And while we sort it out, here's some music.
Well, to move on, if you thought it was Blackpool that had the monopoly on illuminations, then think again. Breakaway in the morning will be revealing the leading lights of Walsall, a black country laser light show that claims to be the brightest night in Europe. Also, holidays in Argentina, a week in the company of the gauchos who make the Pampa their home, and why new legislation claiming to protect holidaymakers may be turning into an administrative nightmare. That's all in Breakaway with Pete McCarthy at 9:30 tomorrow morning, here on Radio 4.